Welcome back to Bonus Gym. This is week 2.3 weak point training. Women's high intensity training. I'm going to cover science fiction in bodybuilding. Yes, that's right, science fiction. To me, it's all science fiction. Every time I hear someone doling out prescriptions of 5 sets of 10 or 10 sets of 12 or this many reps and this much recovery, it just sickens me. Because everyone is different, and I'll explain. We all have different genetics. Even on our own body, we have different muscular and skeletal genetics. If I sneeze too hard, my neck grows. I do know how hard it is for a 6'3" person to grow their arms. That is my arm span. I am 5'8". There is a short I made showing this on my channel. Science fiction for bodybuilding. Do 5 sets of 10 reps because studies show. Do 1 set of 8 to 12 to failure because studies show. Do this particular exercise to grow your whatever. Take 1 rest day per week. Take 72 hours rest between workouts for optimal recovery. Do this exact form or else they will make a video to pick on your form. They must be bored or something. Don't they have products to sell or something? We all have different needs in recovery. We all have different muscular attachment points. We all have different muscular potential. We all have different bone structure. We all have a different metabolism. If you dare to go outside of science training and do what works for you based on your own study of yourself, there comes the arrogant science gurus to make sure people think your methods are junk. They make those videos criticizing your methods. Let's take a pretty recent famous bodybuilder, Sam Sulek, and compare it to Priest. Sam figured out what form and function worked for Sam. Next thing you know is, Knucklehead's making video about his form or diet. Lee sees these knuckleheads doing that, and he starts doing what Sam does. Oh, they don't dare pick on Lee. Lee has always marched to the tune of his own band, so it's no wonder why they don't dare. So this is what happens when you don't conform to science fiction and find what works best for you. You actually achieve huge results fast. The knuckleheads can't stand it because they're starting to lose their credibility and sales to their products they sell. How? Have you looked at Sam? He's kind of like a new version of the older generation of bodybuilders. So to defend their enormous egos and their brand of science, they attempt to pick on other people. Because of this, it's no wonder why people simply conform to the science fiction. They don't want to get picked on by the knuckleheads. Trust me, I've watched enough of the knuckleheads' videos to see numerous contradictions. The biggest one is we are all different with different needs, and yet they claim we all need their prescription of their diet, their special workout, of X sets, of X reps, with this split or that method, and so much recovery time. How the hell is this plausible? How is it that so many simply conform without asking questions? Look, if you aren't gaining at least 1 pound per week, something is wrong. If you aren't gaining at least 1 rep per workout for every exercise, something is very wrong. Either your diet sucks or you aren't in your optimal rep range. I have an in-depth video series in shorts and long video covering rep range in my playlist. Maybe you're doing too many sets of whatever. At the end of the day, you should start asking questions and finding your own answers. Why don't more people do high intensity training? Because when done properly, you can gain muscle fast. I also believe Mike Mentzer took his training methods too far and ruined it to a point. It's also not glamorous like going to the gym and banging out 3 sets of curls for 10 reps each. With my methods, you will get muscle fast. You're on your own science experiment. Just understand that the amount of weight is not an ego booster, but the size you gain will be. Whether it's reps or recovery, I refuse to preach diet. I give you a general guideline for recovery. You can change that if you want. The only diet I will cover is protein. It is essential, whether it's tuna, beans, or whey. Just get 0.8 to 1.5 grams per pound of lean body weight. You'll have to figure out what's best for your metabolism. Only you can do that. The rest of your diet is in your hands. Gear or no gear, that's your personal choice. I personally am natural. I'm simply too old for gear, and the thought of TRT scares the hell out of me. Side effects, lifelong commitment, I won't make. Ask the scary questions. They're only scary because nobody seems to have the answer for you. I'll give you a hint. They don't, because they don't know your physiology, your genetics, for each muscle in your body, or your metabolism. I fear nothing, so I asked the very scary questions and found the answers. Here's the answers. Look on my channel. Everything is neatly organized in playlists. Even my workouts are not carved in stone. For example, if you don't like leg press because the gurus say it's useless, do squats. If you don't like cable curls because it's not glamorous, use dumbbells. You get the idea. Sure, I suggest only one set per exercise to failure with your personal rep range per muscle. If you enjoy multiple sets, try 1 round, and if you think that you're that energetic, do 2 rounds. If you love going to the gym every day on your rest days, go do weak point training. I do it. I will strongly suggest you keep a tape measure to be sure you're not losing size from doing that. Some people do and some don't. We call this overtraining. And again, there is no one size fits all for recovery. Some of us can recover fast and some not so much. Just like how fast can a cut heal compared to others. I also have a video covering overtraining myth or myth busted. I hope by now you are starting to see the picture. Don't worry, I've clearly laid out plans on how to find what you need. I have a lifetime of working out, whether in a gym or installing rebar. Yes, rebar is iron weights, but much worse. 8 to 12 hours of lifting and carrying heavy iron in harsh weather conditions over rugged terrain, versus picking up a barbell in an environmentally controlled room with a sweet rubber floor. I'll take the gym anytime now. That's a young person's game. So let's wrap this up. Science fiction in bodybuilding. I don't care if you are on gear or not. That is your choice. I prefer to remain natural. That doesn't mean I'm against gear at all. Just at my age, it's dangerous as hell. I'm sure Greg hates it. I think he's just jealous, to be honest. So before you pay for a prescription of a workout, be sure that the person selling it isn't contradicting their own prescription. My complete muscle building series is and always will be free. I don't even get paid for the commercials YouTube puts on my video. We are currently working on the 3rd 10-week block of high intensity training. Remember, you don't have to do the exact exercise. You're in control of your optimal rep range, which, with my explanation of reps, you will find your optimal range fast. And you can change the order of the 8 weeks exercises. Just keep 1 and 10 where they are so you can see your progress. The scary questions: if we all have different genetics in bone and muscle, then why are you prescribing the same number of sets and reps? Which is it? 3 sets of 5, 8 reps, or 12 reps? At what point can I add weight and how much? Why does it take years to add 10 pounds of muscle when this guy says I can gain 20 pounds in 10 weeks? Oh, because this guy makes us figure out what works for us. It merely gives us the exercises to do and says we can change the exercises if we want. He tells us only 1 set, and if we have energy after, do it again if we dare. He makes us figure out how many reps we need to optimize muscular stimulation. He doesn't preach diet because he knows we all have different metabolisms. Don't listen to this guy because he isn't a doctor. Nope, I'm not a doctor. Though I am a lab rat. As such, I've tried many different methods. I've read and listened to many. All I've found is contradictions. Do we all have the same genetics? No. Or we would all win the Olympia. We would all look alike. We'd all have the same size and shape. Every workout would produce the exact same result for everyone. Maybe 100 people showed good results from the 3 sets of 10, but there are billions on this planet. Am I saying that high intensity training is right for everyone? It could very well be, when done right, your way. As a lab rat weightlifter and bodybuilder at 54 years old, I know I have time on my side. When I was young, I wanted results fast. Everything I tried be it magazines, trainers, books, and even Arnold's Encyclopedia. Nothing worked for me. Well, okay, I suppose it would have after 5 years or more. I was 135 pounds and I wanted to look like Tom Platz, like yesterday. You know, how most young people think. I wasn't about to spend 5 years in the gym to get to 185 pounds. Nope, I won't live that long. That's what I thought back then. I found high-intensity training at Barnes & Noble bookstore. Yeah, I'm older than the internet. Though strict in form, function, and diet, I achieved my goal weight in less than a year. Mind you, I was 20 years old then. If I only knew then what I know now, high-intensity training doesn't have to have so many rules set by others. I feel it should have a guideline and instruction on how to optimize it for you. That is why I freely share it with everyone. This way, everyone can have a good bodybuilding experience when they step on the scale and look in the mirror. Look, in as little as 6 to 9 months, you'll look like a completely different person. And you can do this naturally. I have to warn you though, you will need to buy new clothes because the ones you're currently wearing won't fit. 12 weeks in on my high intensity training program and I already had to buy new shirts and pants. I was a size 32 waist since I was 20. Now I'm a tight 34. I wore a medium t-shirt since I was 20. Now I wear a large and it looks like I will need to upsize again pretty soon. No, I didn't get any fatter. I use a Skinfold caliber. Same fat as when I started back in November 2022. I'm not on a fat loss supermodel plan. I'm not going to compete, so there is not any desire to commit suicide by dehydration and excessively low body fat. I'm on a bulk, so as long as I don't get any fatter, I'm good for now. The next 10 weeks after this one, I will diet down to lose some of this stomach. I mean, who would listen to a guy with a fat stomach? Sadly, 90% of the fat I store is on my stomach. Genetics, go figure. Hit that subscribe button. Don't worry, that extra rep with your thumb won't kill your gains. And let's hit it.